Hello, hello, Shadow Players. I wanted to do this yesterday, but I had such a migraine. I still kind of have one. It's kind of like on the. If I do certain things, it could get worse. But it's like one of those things where, okay, I rested for a good portion of the day, but it's like not going away, and I need to get shit done. So I got stuff done, and then it kind of petered out when I got doing stuff, so it works. But it's still a pain in the ass. Alright, let me do the normal stuff here. Sharing and such. Uh, we're not gonna be live for that long. I have stuff I want to do. Um, for the book as well. So as you can tell by me not wearing black, by wearing a blue shirt, I'm setting up to um play the character of Colston Driscoll. So that's kind of my give is where when I'm wearing um something other than black. But okay. We turned into one side, that's okay. The blue sky. That's fine. Okay. I want to get talking. um and we're listening to royalty-free music from Epidemic Sound, and it's my Colston Phantom playlist. So, technically, the book is published. I could make it go live on Lulu right now if I really wanted to and have it available, but I don't. I'm hoping that I can have it go live on my birthday. When I send it to go live, I want it to go live on my birthday. So, it'll give me time to build a couple videos for it. So, but and there's definitely something different as opposed to this one when I did Mean to an End. I got the right boxes clicked for global distribution, and in order for that to happen, I have to have a copy come to me because I have to, prove an actual physical copy, which makes sense. So that's coming to me, and I will stream when I get it because I want to be able to show all the imperfections and stuff that I have to fix. Doing this stuff is a fucking nightmare, and that's why a migraine is showing because it's the technical side of publishing that I just don't do. I prefer to create. Um, I'll create it, but do the technical stuff where you actually have to be precise with numbers and you have to follow specifications is not my strong suit. I am one that like to bend the rules, so having to stay in confines of rules for it to work uh, is difficult for me. But I did it. It is 660 pages. And the thing was, is because I had it all done. It was, there were no errors, at least like no trouble that Lulu had seen. So I'm like, okay, it's done. I went to the cover, spent 4 hours working on the cover, on the spreadsheet, because I have the first cover, or the front cover, back cover, and then I have the side panels because I'm doing a hardcover. So I have the stuff on the dust jacket flaps. It took me 4 hours to do. Get it all put in the side and stuff, and so it would look nice. And it worked. It was all good. It was all good. And so about start o'clock on, can't remember what day it was. Might have been Sunday or Saturday. I think it was Saturday. And I went through it, and then they gave you a preview. So the preview of the cover looked good. The only thing is that I'm kind of frustrated with is the fact that it boosted color in the picture, but whited out the blue for the text, which that is kind of bothersome, but I think I can look past it. We'll just have to see how it looks on the printed cover. If I need to go and change that blue, I will. Yeah, that dark blue is important. Just the nuances. But I went through and I went to the interior, and it was all outside the margins. All the texts were outside the margin. I was following the rules and stuff, and I was doing it correctly. Hey! My cat, they clawing at the door. But, I lost my train of thought. God damn it. So I had to go back and change the margin, which will change the page size. I didn't want to do 1 inch by 1 inch all the way around. That would have made it over 800 pages. And with 800 pages, I can't publish. It's too big for on-demand publishing. So I did, like, I think it was, I think I did 55 margin all the way around to get it to fit. Because I got to fit in like an inch gap in between the margin to where it cuts off. So it's not too small, so it's not, like expanded out. Because the chapter, I don't want them to be extremely long. They're long chapters nonetheless, but with it being in this type of book, they're going to be long anyway. And so I've been trying to make it to where it wasn't gonna be, a daunting task to go through each chapter. But I know it can be. At least that's when I read it. I like to know what I'm going into with each chapter. That way I can prep for how long it takes me to read it, and then I can walk away. So I don't want to, bog down the reader with lengthy chapters. It's gonna happen anyway, but it's the best I can do. So I went through, changed that, got it all in. The table of contents wouldn't change. Just the table of content. Everything else was fine. The dedication, the copyright page was all good. The table of content wouldn't change. So I had to go individually and do that chapter or that page by itself. Which then I had to make the text smaller so they all fit on one page, which is fine. but I could have made it to where it would be like I had there was a section where it was 714 pages. I could have done that one, but that cost me to do some finagling with the actual text itself. Because with how the chapters end, you can't have like a single like um like what like Widows and Orphans on the page that it end the chapter end on, and so I had to clear those up. And sometimes I could do it by shortening the by bringing up the title up like one or two stepped up the page. Cause when I really did it, when I did the first run through, but I didn't like it because there was a transparency issue. I had to go through and because I had to shorten it to make it above or below 800 pages, so I had to go and change actual text, which really kind of upset me because I had to change how Coulson spoke. Coulson has a very particular way that he speaks. When he is fighting the nightmare, it freezes him. It's cold. It's just that cold, and you can hear it in his voice. And so when I wrote, when he's talking, you have the dashes that appear in between stuff, but these ones are lengthy. They are spread out to show that it is a struggle for him to speak. And the reason why I did that is because not only do I want to show the uncomfortability of just reading that, because it is uncomfortable to read like that, but it's frustrating for not only Coulson to speak like that, but it's also hard for Kyra and Jordan to listen to him when he speaks like that. So it's all around forming this uncomfortable feeling when he speaks, when he's under the influence of the nightmares. And it's just to bring it all home, make it seem like you're there with the character, that you're like, oh, just stop, just stop talking, or just get better. I want the reader to do that, to like, come on, just get better. But I cannot wait. Um, and so I've been able to keep all of that, which makes me so happy, because that was also a very big contributor to probably the migraine. If I wasn't happy with where things were going, I was messing with my story. And I don't like to do that. I'm very particular when it comes to my stories. Everything played a part, and it's all particularly placed. But there's also something that this wasn't planned at all, and this is what I love writing so much. When you are in a story and going for it, just going for it, things happen. So even in this one we're wrong, because I didn't catch it, and I should have, but I didn't catch it. I caught the other one. Yeah, I had I started the story on this, or I started the story on the Sunday morning, early Sunday morning, and it goes to the following Wednesday. Was the run of the story. Well, until the climax, until you actually meet the Phantom, until Coulson meets the Phantom, from start to there, it was there. But in Mean to an End, when I was doing the final corrections, I realized that I had left out Sunday, and that allowed me to add in like the surprise party that Coulson threw for Kyra. And so it just added more to the story, more in depth, and it was just a really fun one to write. So I was able to build on that. I was able to fill in a missing day that I completely just glossed over. And I could have just said that it was just spent, them relaxing, and but I made it worth the time. I made it worth your guys' time, my time, to put it into the story. When I was going through, I realized that for some reason when I was writing it, because I remember this really really clearly, is I knew that when Jordan showed up for the house, Jordan showed up, they were going to the house, to where at the place where Coulson was held for the 10 days, and I knew that was going to happen on Tuesday. It was Tuesday, and being Monday or being Sunday morning, we have stuff that happened. We have the introduction, and then we have Coulson go back to bed, and he experiences a second nightmare, which is something that's unnatural, not normal for him to experience two nightmares in a row, or in close proximity to each other. Thus, being the catalyst for something not right. It's cycling down to the end. He done with this shit. But I'm like, I could add stuff, but it wouldn't make sense, because once Jordan is there, that catapults them to go to the house. So that was a condition made by Kyra, that if he wanted to go, she and Jordan had to go with him. That was her rule. And so it's like, well, why don't I just move the date? Move it from Sunday morning to Monday morning. To just take out that day completely. So Monday morning the story starts. And then I was doing the calculations from Monday to Wednesday when the confrontation happened. It's 10 days, which is the length of the duration of when he was held. He was held captive for 10 days, and this is 10 days. I didn't plan for it. It just happened. That I love it when stories do that. When just everything just kind of works together. Because I'm just writing. I don't want to go too long. Yeah, you can only do so much stuff with having the nightmares and struggling with that before it's like, okay, we need to end it. We need to come up with a conclusion. Yeah, you can't drag it on forever. And so I don't think I did. I hope I didn't. And what I did maybe somewhat repetitious, but there's still some nuances that definitely show that there is other things happening. So I know that makes no sense whatsoever, but when you guys read it, it will totally make sense. And one thing that, oh boy, one thing I did that was different from me to an end to this one is I opted out to take out the trigger warnings. I know that's good to keep readers safe. I know it is, but for me to an end, I understand. Cause you don't know what exactly you're getting into. It was just there. You aren't really sure what's coming. But with Brink of Death, you kind of have an inkling that it's not going to be kind to the reader. And I have it on the jacket of the book, the front flap, not for the faint of heart. You know, I have all the clear signs that this is not a kind book. But I opted to take that out because I didn't want my front man to be too long. Cause it's already, what, 7 pages long? And I'm like, I just want to get to the story. But I opted to do the table contents, which I quickly realized was a pain in the ass, but I stuck with it. I stuck with it, did it. It's in there. You have the table contents. So yeah. But there's so much stuff I want to talk about. There's so much stuff I want to say, but I don't want to give anything away. I don't want to give anything away, but I still want to just talk about it. I'm so happy with it. I hope I did it justice. I hope so. And I'll just have to see what goes on with where the book goes, because it's going to be out on Amazon, Barnes Noble, and stuff now that I select the right stuff. So that book is going out to the proper channel that I want, and it's a hardcover, which is going to be cool. I've always wanted to do a hardcover book, and I think that this one is perfect for it, because with this one, I know I keep pulling this one up. With Mean to an End, I kind of played on the aspect that it could be darker. I played on that line where it's like it could get darker. I mean, you have darker stuff. You have real dark stuff in it, but it's like I could just go off the deep end and just tackle the character like they're supposed to. And when I did the alternate ending, it allowed me to see what I actually could do with this story, how far I could take it. And that's what I like about it, is it challenged me to tread those darker waters and play in that in a way that is cohesive to the story. Because I will say this, the true ending, it left on a cliffhanger. The true ending, it left on a cliffhanger, and that's where one of the two stories is going to begin. I have two stories lined up that's going to be like sister stories, so their ends are going to collide. So yeah, I have a lot of stuff coming. I cannot wait to get started. I just had to get this book, get it out of my mind so I could focus on other ones. But it's because I have published before. But I've never put so much work into making sure that the cohesiveness is there, that everything plays a part. Everything you see in the book is meant to be there and plays a part in the plot or character development, or just overall adding to the feel of the story. It's not there for filler, because that's one thing that I do going back to old stories, I wrote a lot of filler stuff that really didn't make any sense. And I mean, yeah, you have times where the character needs their little their breaks and stuff. I get that. I have them play Clue at one point. I don't we don't watch them play Clue, but they go and play Clue for a couple hours, and then they're out in the backyard and they're dancing in the backyard. They have those quiet moments, but I remember going back to one of my shorts and just have them doing like improv stuff for no reason at all. It wasn't adding to the story. It's sort of like, yeah, it was fun, but in order to retain the reader, you still have to stay in the confines of the story. You have to always be moving forward. At least that's what I like to do. And like description of things, I didn't go into high detail of description of things. I'm very particular with Coulson description and Jordan description, but Kyra I left kind of just open ended. I like to have the personalities kind of build what the character looked like. I didn't even tell what color her hair was because I want that character to be something that the reader can impose somebody that they care about, or somebody that means a lot to them in the time of need. They can input that on Kyra, and so because the eyes and the way that they interact is how I like to bring the character to life. Unless their physical appearance is very important. The physical appearance of Coulson and Jordan is kind of because it's playing with those stereotypes of a robust person as opposed to a muscular. So I play in the realm of the of that stereotype online where it's bad to be overweight and stuff. So yeah. Um, I don't think I think that's all I can do for now. I don't want to play a game. I have stuff I'm going to go do right now, so I need to be able to be um I need to be able to have energy up when I play a game. It kind of damper that. So I'm going to go and oh, one other thing. That picture you see, the black and white picture that's on the thumbnail to this stream, that is my author's photo in the book. That was really fun to do. Cause I set up my green screen and had a light shining like down in front of me, shining up at me, and I had like two like a minute of footage where I just stood there and did poses, and then I had two that stood out to me the most, and then I had one where it was just the normal, and then I had one black and white color graded because I love the black and white photos. I love it. There's something about black and white photos that just I love it. And then so I sent those four pictures to my girlfriend. I'm like, okay, so I need a picture to go on the back flap of the book. Which one will you like? And she jumped on the two black and white photos. I'm like, okay, well that's cool because I'm on the same page. And then I'm like, I'm leaning toward the first one, which is the one that you see. And she's like, yeah, I like that one. So I like the fact that I could get my girlfriend in and help me put together stuff for the book. So it makes it a lot more special. when that happened. So I give a thanks to her. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me for today. I'm just rambling. I want to say so much more, but I can't. That'll happen in the. Let's say the book is slated. Hopefully, if it all goes well, it'll come out on the 27th of April, and then I will do stuff. I think in the following month, maybe June, and where I actually sit down and talk about the book, where I sit down and break it down. I want that so fucking much, but I'm interested. I know I said I'm gonna go, but I'm interested to see if anybody, when they go and get the book, if anyone can guess how the confrontation happens between Colston and the Phantom. That's gonna be one of the biggest surprises for people. At least I hope so. I don't think I made it obvious of where it's gonna happen. I want to see how many people are surprised at what happened in this book. I want to be able to hear and see reactions. So I guess I just have to wait. And that's the worst thing in the waiting portion. The waiting portion fucking sucks. But it's worth it. This book has taught me a lot, and I think I have tapped into the darker recesses of where my writing wants to be, so I think that's where it's gonna stay. I'm not a friendly writer, definitely not to the mental state of my readers, but it's so much fun. It's so much fun because I think it's a great contradiction to how I am as a person. I enjoy being happy. I want to be happy, spread that joy, but when I write, it's dark, it's gritty, and it's just that I don't know if I can get the word right. So juxtaposition. I love it so much. Subverting the audience expectation of me and my work. So, but yeah, I'm really gonna go this time. Sorry for just rambling. But I will be back soon to play more games, definitely. But right now I'm doing videos for the book. So thank you guys, and I will see you guys later.